G'day everybody out there in the World Wide Web. Just going for an afternoon walk here in West Australia. Thought I'd just show you beautiful scenery as I'm heading down one of the streets towards the ocean. That's the Indian Ocean out there in front of you. I'm a lucky guy. I live five houses from the ocean, so it's a beautiful place to be. I can see some people joining our scope right now, and apologize due to the sunlight. I can't see what people are saying, so if I don't respond to your comments, please don't take it personally. With the bright sunlight on my screen, it's pretty hard to see what people are saying. So, but thank you for joining me anyway. Just want to give you a quick chat, and I'll flip the screen around here. There we go. Get stuff out of my camera. Just going for a brisk walk today. Clear my mind and gather my thoughts. And quite interesting. I've been having a lot of conversations with people about leadership. And different types of leadership. I'm wondering, is leadership today enough? Leadership's been a topic long discussed as what the world needs is more leaders. But is that term too open, too vague? Does it need to be more descriptive? Yeah, sure, we need leadership in all areas of life, and especially in business, because business impacts more lives than most things. But is leadership on its own enough? Today a lot of people are talking about authentic leadership. What does it mean to be an authentic leader? Which means being true to yourself and showing all your frailties and failings and successes and emotions, and just being true to who you are, which is great, and I don't disagree with that. I was reading an interesting post today from Leela Cosgrove on Facebook, where she challenges authentic leadership, saying, as a leader, you don't want to let everybody see when you're scared or you're afraid, because as a leader, you don't want to create that in your team, because attitude reflects leadership. So if you walk in there as a leader and you're scared and you're afraid, or you're worried about things, or not sure about whether you're going to make it or achieve the goals or fulfill the vision, because we have all these moments as leaders, then will the rest of the team start to think that, and then all of a sudden you create a self-fulfilling prophecy, and before you know it, nobody's working towards the goals because everyone's in fear of whether we're going to be able to achieve them or not. How's the view? Anyway, so it was an interesting challenge by Leela, and which also then added to my already thoughts about leadership. And for me, I just want to see a world where leaders are purpose-driven. So for me, the only thing I want is purpose-driven leaders. Obviously, authenticity is critical as a person, as a human being, and I would expect that. But as a leader, sometimes you need to show courage and belief where it may not be warranted at times. But does that make you unauthentic? I don't know. For me, yeah, I have fears, and I'm afraid of certain things, and I worry whether certain goals will be achieved. But that's only a fleeting moment, and so I don't show that because I'm human. And so that part of me does happen, and it's how I deal with it, or how I interpret it and deal with it as a leader, that makes a difference for my team and I. So what, to me, from a leadership point of view, without trying to ramble on too much here while I'm just coming to the end of my walk, is how do we create a world of more purpose-driven leaders? And when I talk about purpose-driven leaders, I'm talking about leaders who know why their business exists, know why they started their business, or know why they chose to lead that business, to make a difference in the world, not just make money. And I'm not talking about corporate social responsibility either, because to me, corporate social responsibility is just the price of entry. If you're making lots of money off of whatever it is you're doing in the world, as a community, and the world is just one big ass community, we all live here. We should all be doing whatever we can, whether it's $1 or a minute, or $1 million or a million minutes, to help our community. So to me, doing good in a sense of purpose is why your business exists in the first place. Making money, and then doing even more good with the money that you make, and then repeat that process. And some people have followed me a little while, that's a very firm belief of mine. Do good, make money, do even more good, and then repeat. So purpose-driven leadership, though, when you think about it, the power that it has to change the world beyond just the sense of the purpose of the business, but business is where most people engage many hours of their life. I'm just going to come into the gazebo here. You can see the beautiful view that I have, because I only live just down the street now. But the power of purpose for leaders. Imagine most people who go to work during the days are, if you look at all the stats and the surveys and research that's been done, are unhappy with work or are doing it just for a paycheck, and not because it's adding any meaning or value to their life. And imagine though, if we had organizations that were driven by purpose and the leaders were purpose-driven leaders, and they could inspire a bunch of other people to a vision of what the world would look like if they fulfilled that purpose. And that purpose is what drives the leader to get out of bed every morning, and it drove the people to get out of bed because they had more meaning to their life. And all of a sudden they have something really strong to believe in, someone to believe in, and someone to believe in them. Imagine how powerful that would be for the world. How many people are employed in businesses, and if we just moved them more towards purpose-driven, and it had that impact on people, and they had greater meaning to their lives, and they understood what it was all about, and we all started believing in each other and believing in the good that we were doing in the world, what would the world look like? That's the question I ask people, is what would the world look like if we had more purpose-driven leaders creating more meaning for people for either a short period of time in their life or for the tenure of their life, and from one business to the next. You don't have to stay at the same organization to fulfill your meaning in life. But if that every job you're in, you had a greater sense of purpose to it, a greater sense of meaning, and you were doing meaningful work, what would that do for your life? What would that do for everybody's life? So this is why I really harp on about creating and inspiring more purpose-driven leaders, is because I want to see the world changed. And I think purpose-driven leadership, beyond normal leadership or just leadership as a title, or authentic leadership, which I said people should just be authentic anyway. But having purpose-driven leaders can change the world because it will impact the lives of so many people. So if you're in an organization and you don't know what its purpose is, please go and ask your leader, what is the purpose of the organization beyond making money? Why did this business start? Why did it exist? Why does it exist? What was the aim? What was the problem we were solving in the world to make the world a better place? And I don't care what business is, you can always find out what it is. And it doesn't have to be earth-shattering, but if it makes a difference in someone's life, then it's possible. Go find out what that is. If you're running a business and you're not sure, go back in your archives, go back to wherever you need to go to find out what it is. And if you're working in a business and it doesn't have a sense of purpose and you feel unfulfilled there, go find something. Life is way too short to spend your life in a business that is not adding value to your life or adding value to the world. So sorry to all those leaders who have people there who may start leaving because I made that statement, but you know what? We all deserve better than that. And there is an opportunity for all of us to find some sense of purpose in our lives, in our days, in our work, to make an impact in this world. So I challenge you to go out and find your purpose, or discover the purpose of your business, or to get the hell out of there if you can't, and go find something that does set your soul on fire, because that's what the world needs now, is a bunch of people with their soul set on fire and excited and enthusiastic and passionate about what we're doing. And then again, I ask you, leave this thought in your mind, what would the world look like if even 10% more, 20% more, 50% more people were fully engaged in meaningful work that impacted their lives? What would it look like then? So on that, hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are in the world. It could be really early in the morning in the northern hemisphere. So if some of you are still up, good on you. You're probably partying hard. Good for you. I haven't done my walk here at the beautiful beach in West Australia. I'm going to go home. And thanks for listening to the ramblings of a prophet on leadership. Till next time, guys. Cheers.